Hi Star Babies, welcome back to my channel, and today's video is about sunscreen. I did extensive research all about sunscreen and I'm here to spit some knowledge. Well, Lindsay, you are. I am very knowledgeable in the world of skincare. I am your skincare, what's the word I'm looking for? Skincare guru? Skincare higher power? The highest of the highest. She knows everything there needs to know about skincare. Jane Whirlwind comes to me. Just kidding, I wish. Sunscreen. I asked you guys, do you guys wear sunscreen? And a lot of you answered no. And I'm like, how are you gonna be on Starbies' channel and not wear sunscreen? You need to wear sunscreen. Why must you wear sunscreen? Why? ¿Por qué? Why? ¿Por qué? Well, it protects you from the sun. I feel like I'm just re-preaching what everyone has told you, but maybe if it comes from me, you'll really believe me. The sun is legitimately the most powerfulest planet out there. It's literally a huge ass ball of fire, and it has all these helpful yet harmful rays. There's two types of rays that the sun emits. So there's UVA and UVB. Let's talk about the UVA rays. The way I remember this is UVA causes aging, so UVA. Aging. These rays are the ultimate cause of premature aging and aging. So we age every day. You get a day older, since you were born, you're always aging. So the sun unfortunately kind of helped the process of the aging. The UVA rays penetrate to the skin, your arms, the skin anywhere. You have skin all over your body. The face is a little more delicate. Most of us don't want any wrinkles. Who wants wrinkles? I mean, yes, there's Botox and I'm totally for Botox. I'm all about that. If you can kind of prevent it or help your skin, why not do that? A lot of people will tell me, oh, it's cloudy outside, oh, it's raining, I don't need any sunscreen, the sun's not even out. False. The sun rays still penetrate through the clouds. They're very powerful. It's like me. I'm a UVA ray. The rays are so powerful, they'll penetrate through the clouds and they'll penetrate into the dermis. Now your skin has numerous layers, so it's going to penetrate to the dermis. That's where all your skin cells sleep and stay. If you're getting those UVA rays into your dermis, what does that tell you? Skin cancer. Honestly, nowadays everything causes cancer. That's the UVA rays. Now let's bring on the UVB. UVB, this is how I remember it. UVB, burning. B for burning. So sunburns, they're painful. If you've ever had a sunburn, you know. Like I was telling you, the UVA rays, they're longer. They penetrate deeper into the dermis. So the UVB rays are shorter. So that's gonna sit on the top of your skin. That's what's gonna toast your skin in a sense and burn it. Over time, the UVB rays will definitely cause permanent damage to the skin. That's when you get sunspots. Since we're on the topic of spots, a lot of people who are in my age range and a little bit below, so let's say from 13 to about 22, a lot of us did suffer from acne. If you didn't, you are one lucky bastard. A lot of us do have, now here's the big word, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation marks. In a nutshell, acne scars. Now these are the superficial scars, so they aren't the ones that are deep penetrated into the skin. These are those red marks that you see all over that look like breakouts, but they're not breakouts. A lot of you have been very diligent about getting rid of those, and you're using all these serums, all these masks, moisturizers, cleansers, exfoliants, everything to get rid of those pigmentation spots. But if you're not wearing sunscreen, you're literally wasting your time. Without sunscreen, you are not putting that protective layer back over your skin. The sun is going to gravitate towards those pigmentation spots and actually make them darker and make them worse, and you're basically taking 10 steps backwards. The same goes for hyperpigmentation. The older people tend to have more hyperpigmentation than the youngers. I know a lot of younger people still do get hyperpigmentation, but it is more common with the older people. In a nutshell, it's going to make it worse. So without sunscreen, you are kind of exposing yourself to the sun, allowing for more pigmentation to arise and for any pigmentation that's already present to get worse. Now, a lot of you are very hesitant to sunscreen because you don't like the way it feels. I'll be the first to tell you I hated sunscreen as a kid. I hated lotion, I hated moisturizer, I hated anything sticky on the surface of my skin. I understand. So with my research, I did research about, I have quite a list here of different sunscreens that might work for you. Now, I don't know you personally, so I'm not sure what your likes are, what your dislikes are, but you can kind of narrow it down to a smaller category. Skincare is very personal. We all have different skin types. Let's start with the dry skin. The best type of sunscreen that you should look for if you have the dry skin would be either chemical or mineral sunscreen. And you want to make sure it is hydrating and cream based. So you want to make sure it is cream based so your skin won't soak it up immediately and you have more wear time out of it. So the one I recommend for my dry skin friends, the Clarins UV Plus. So you can find that on Ulta or just I'll link it down below if you'd like. So next would be the sensitive skin, my sensitive little friends. For the sensitive skin type, you're going to want to stick with the zinc oxide and titanium dioxide sunscreen. So the two that I recommend for sensitive skin, you guys are gonna fight me, but Dermalogica doesn't test on animals anymore, so. Dermalogica has their sensitive shield. What does it say? That's my favorite one. I've used that quite a bit. But it does leave the white cast. So you do have to work it in more to your skin, just a little bit more, not too much. Next is oily skin. A lot of you that say you have oily skin and it's the sunscreen that makes you break out, it's not necessarily what's in the sunscreen, it's the formulation of the sunscreen. So if you pick up a sunscreen that's very oily, greasy based, that's going to definitely clog your pores. That's what's going to cause you to break out. Not necessarily what's in the sunscreen, it's the formulation of the sunscreen. I've done the liberty of testing out some sunscreens and going and actually feeling them myself. I used to have very extremely oily skin and I still break out easily, so I'm with you right there with the acne prone. My favorite one is, I swear I love everything Dermalogica, but what esthetician doesn't, am I right? So the Dermalogica Oil-Free Matte SPF will definitely mattify the skin as well as giving you SPF 50. Also, a little bit on the cheaper end is the Mario Badescu SPF moisturizer. Now for my lovely friends who have normal skin, you can basically use anything you want. Also pay attention to your daily activity to see how much you need to put on and when you need to reapply, what the SPF is, if you're going to be in the water, if it's waterproof, which leads me into the SPF. What is SPF, you may ask? SPF is sun protection factor. Here's how it works. It's basically like a little equation. If you have an SPF of 20, oh, can you see that? If you have an SPF of 20 and you're going to multiply it, so you have an SPF of 20 and you multiply it by 10, equals the amount of minutes you should be out in the sun before you need to reapply. For my favorite sunscreen, I use Dermalogica's Skin Dynamic Recovery. So that is a moisturizer mixed into my sunscreen. They also have their Solar Defense Booster, which I was a huge fan of. It's just kind of, I mean, it's quicker if your moisturizer already has an SPF in it. As for people who don't wear any sunscreen and just have their makeup with sunscreen, I would still recommend just layering a thin layer of your sunscreen under. It's better to be safe than sorry. So just apply a thin layer under your makeup and your makeup will just act as an extra barrier of sunscreen. So in conclusion, wear your sunscreen. Thank you so much for watching this video. And make sure to follow me on Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, literally any social media site. Look up Lindseystarbies and you'll find me. And you can also visit Lindseystarbies.com, which will link you right back to my channel. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys very soon. Bye!